Hi, this is Stadium Steve. Today we are reviewing Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego, California, home of the San Diego State University Aztecs. So the first question is, how do you get here? The easiest way to get here and the cheapest is taking the San Diego Metro Light Rail. You take the Green Line and you get off at the stadium exit. The stadium is located about 3 exits away from the main campus of San Diego State. So even though it is not an on-campus stadium, it is fairly close. The other way, of course, to get to the stadium is to drive. The stadium parking lot is fairly big, pretty easy to find parking. And the parking prices are expensive, but no more expensive than any other stadium that you go to. Snapdragon Stadium is only a couple of years old. Prior to this, they played in the old Qualcomm Stadium, or Jack Murphy Stadium, that are situated on the same grounds. When the San Diego Chargers moved to LA, they tore down the stadium into site, which effectively left the Aztecs without a home stadium. So after the stadium was torn down, they played in actually a stadium in Carson, California, which is honestly about 100 miles away from San Diego, while they were building Snapdragon Stadium. I did have the opportunity to go to a San Diego State game while they still played at Qualcomm Stadium. And honestly, there are very few San Diego State fans there. Left the stadium is very, very empty at period. And I'm very interested to see how the turnout of this stadium would be as compared to Qualcomm. Obviously, this is a much smaller stadium, but I figured it would be more filled out. But when they did play their 2 years in Carson, California, I figured that might deter some fans from returning. So it'll be interesting to see how many fans show up for this game. Here we are in the parking lot, and as you can see, there's a little bit of tailgating going on, but it is actually inside this little road here. You see quite a bit of tailgating going on, which honestly is a little bit more than I was expecting, especially for a San Diego State team. But and you see, I am getting close to the porta potties. I'm not sure why, but there they are, just in case. But there is a lot more action going on out in the parking lot than honestly I was expecting from the Aztec fans. Here we are inside the stadium. It's always nice when you walk into a stadium and the first thing you see is a bar, especially because this is a college stadium. It's always refreshing to see a bar the first thing you walk in. The rumors are that the San Diego State is a party school. I don't really have an opinion on that because I really never attended, but it would make sense if that is true that they would have alcohol at the stadiums. Here's a quote you're at, right next to the bar, by Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn is a legend in San Diego. He was a coach of the San Diego State baseball team for a time period, but he's more known for being a San Diego Padre. Okay, today the Aztecs are playing the Oregon State Beavers. As you can see, there was a couple of people here. They were saying "Go Ducks." So hopefully, this is not a reflection of the fans of San Diego State who know nothing about college football. But as we continue through, I take an hour walk around the stadium. You can see there's little restaurants with options here as we're walking around. For the most part, it's fairly limited until we get around this corner here. There's a couple of stands or so, but nothing too crazy or too exciting. One thing San Diego and the San Diego area is really known for is their beer selection. There are tons of microbreweries in the San Diego area, and Snapdragon Stadium does have a lot of them. So they have a very good beer selection. And also, they do have a lot of taco stands, taco trucks, because of the Mexican influence in the San Diego area. And as you can see here, here is the marching band warming up before they're going to be taking the field. Okay, here is the student entrance. And as you'll see throughout the stadium, there's actually a really good student turnout. The student section is pretty packed. Most of them looked like they were going to go clubbing after the game because of how little they were wearing. But there was a really good student turnout at the stadium. Okay, here we are kind of underneath the stadium. There are a lot of plaques and posters regarding accomplishments from the San Diego State football team. But also there are a lot of artifacts from the old Qualcomm Stadium. Something I didn't mention is that prior to Petco Park being built, the San Diego Padres also played at Qualcomm Stadium. So there is a lot of artifacts from the baseball side of things at Qualcomm Stadium. Okay, here is a view of the field at Snapdragon Stadium. As you can see, it's a little anticlimactic. But there in the distance, there is the lateral system, lateral station that I talked about at the very beginning of this video, where you can get some light rail, come over to the stadium. It just sits outside in the parking lot, so it's really easy to walk over there to the stadium. And as you can see, here is the field itself. Honestly, the field appeared to be in a fairly bad condition compared to other fields that I've seen, and the stadium is very basic. Obviously it's better than a high school stadium, but not quite to the scale that you'd see in other college stadiums. Not a lot of fanfare or extra things that you this stadium that you would see in other stadiums. Okay, as you're about to see, here is San Diego State taking the field. It's going to be fairly basic and fairly anticlimactic, as you'll see. And here are the Oregon State Beavers entering the field well. Here's some of the play from the game. As you can see, the stadium is maybe halfway full at best. The student section, yeah, it's probably also about halfway full, but it seems like the student section is a lot more involved in the game than the rest of the fans are.
Time down for the field.
Okay, here we are making our way out of the stadium. There's just really nothing going on, very little excitement to the game at this point. Plus, we have already had a 2-hour drive back home, so we are kind of making our way out of the stadium at this point. But as you can see, the stadium lights up very, very nicely, very beautifully at night. And here we are outside the stadium. And that concludes our review of Snapdragon Stadium. Snapdragon Stadium is a subpar stadium, especially when considering its aesthetics and kind of the features that it has. It's not going to rank anywhere near one of the Power 5 conferences, which have much larger stadiums with larger fan bases, which obviously you wouldn't expect at a Group 5 stadium. So good things that does have is that it does have a very, very good beer selection, which you actually would expect the San Diego area does have some very, very good local microbrews there. It's also a very good atmosphere for college students. Students seem to be very, very into the game, but really the rest of the fan base really didn't seem too interested. And there weren't a lot of other fans aside from students and maybe families of the players. Lastly, the food selection was definitely subpar or below average. They really just had your basic food. It's some taco trucks and stuff like that. But other than that, it was a pretty basic stadium. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, Stadium Steve, or you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, X, or TikTok. See you on the next one.